Welcome to our Hot DAM showcase today. We'll be introducing our newest feature at MediaValet, face recognition, and we'll be diving into what it is, the benefits, a quick demo on it, and then we'll cover a few customer scenarios to tie it all together. So right now, without face recognition, there are two main ways for you to manage your photos with faces in them. The first is you upload the image and you don't tag any of them. Instead, you rely on a strong folder structure to help you find the images in the future. Not only does this carry the risk of losing your images because they're not tagged properly for search, but this will likely lead you to need to do redo photo shoots for future campaigns. Another option is to tag each image as they're uploaded. Now, this is a great way to ensure that each photo has the metadata to allow for easy search in the future. However, this is a time-intensive and very manual process to get every photo tagged, which is also very prone to error, as we might not recognize every face correctly or simply type it in wrong. So this is where face recognition comes in to help streamline the process.
So what is face recognition? With this feature, you will be able to detect, tag, and find people in your images in just a few clicks. So how does it work? Our artificial intelligence technology is able to detect faces in your images. Once it has detected these faces, it uses the unique facial features to create what we call a person model. You can think of the person model as the reference or sample images for a particular person. The AI then uses the person model to recognize the people in the images in your library.
So face recognition allows you to discover your assets much easier. Whether it's with the search bar or browsing through your folders, you can easily discover or even rediscover your photos. It also allows you to organize your assets with our people dashboard, which we'll cover soon. The organization will make it so much easier for you to comb through all your photos to ensure you find the ones that you need. Something that we're proud of is that face recognition and the people dashboard are unique to MediaValet, which will allow you to automate your upload flow and make it easier for yourself. So let's now dive into some of the main features of face recognition.
Let's discover our new people dashboard. This will be the centralized place to view and manage all the people in your library. Remember the person model? Our AI uses this model to recognize the same person in different images. Once it finishes recognizing everyone, it groups these faces and it displays them in the people dashboard. This is where you will go to add names to faces in one single click. One of the best things about face recognition is our automated face tagging. Let me tell you how this works. When you assign names to people in the people dashboard, the system tags them on all other images. But what's even better is that you can leave it to our AI to do any feature tagging for you on all other images that you upload after that. Once you have tagged someone, you will not have to tag them again.
Once your images are in your asset library, we want to ensure that you have an easy time locating them. Using our 3 different search techniques for face recognition, you can find your assets of a certain someone whenever you need. Or you can simply type that person's name in the search bar to surface assets associated with their name. So we discussed face recognition a lot with words. Let's really dive into it and see how face recognition looks. Here's a short recording from Liliana to get a good understanding of how face recognition works.
Let me show you how face recognition works. As you can see, I am browsing the categories in my library. In here, you will see a new button called People. Click on it. This is our new People dashboard. In here, you can see all the people found in the images inside this category. Alternatively, if you wish to see all the people across your entire library, you can go to the root category, Library, to see everybody. The People dashboard has 2 tabs, Identified and Unidentified. The first time you visit this page, everybody will be on the Unidentified tab until you tag them. I want to show you how easy it is to tag people. You just have to click in and add the names. Once you have finished naming everybody you want to name, you can find them again in the Identify tab. Once you name people, the system will automatically name them across the entire library for you. And when you upload new images of these people, the system will automatically add those tags as well. If you made a mistake, you can actually just edit it here. And if you wish to remove somebody from this list, you can also just remove them. The next thing that I love about face recognition is how easy it is to search for somebody. All you need to do is come again to the People dashboard and click on somebody's face. This is going to show you all the images of this person in the category that you're viewing. If you do not find the image you're looking for, you can also use the ellipsis icon to show you this button that's Find in Library. This is going to extend that search and give you a result across the whole library. So now you can see that we have actually 17 images of this person in the whole library. Finally, you can also use the search bar to search for somebody. This will give you the same thing we just saw before, all the images of this person, but you can also see any other file type associated with this name. In this case, I actually have a Word document on the same name, and you can see it in this result. So this is a global search, and you can use it to find not only images, but every other asset type. The other thing I want to show you is that if you want to verify which names have been associated with the images, you can find the new face recognition section in the detail info page. So now you can see that this image is associated with this name. The last thing I want to show you is face recognition permissions. By default, face recognition, especially the People dashboard, is only visible to administrators and library administrators. But you may want to give these permissions to someone else, perhaps somebody who knows the names of everybody in your organization so that they can come and add the names. So you can extend those permissions by using this permission. Find the system permission groups, select costume, scroll almost to the bottom, and you'll see the new face recognition permission. By extending this, anyone with it will be able to use the People dashboard and edit and remove names just like I have shown you. And that's it. This is our new face recognition feature. I hope you like it. Let us know what you think, and let us know if you have any questions. Thank you.
Perfect. So now that we've discussed how it works, let's look into how it can be applied to your day-to-day. So we have seen marketing agencies take advantage of face recognition by having the ability to easily find and store their assets. Say they need to find an image from a specific photo shoot from a specific ambassador. They're able to easily search their entire library for those images without spending the copious amount of time digging through every folder. This reduces the time spent on manual searches and allows the agency to rediscover any unused images that can be repurposed. As well, they save time and money by not needing to reshoot those photos since they're not lost. In the world of higher education, face recognition has proven to be an incredibly useful tool. Think about creating a newsletter and needing an image of the dean, or putting together documents to recognize alumni. face recognition can effortlessly assist with these tasks. What's truly impressive here is the ability for face recognition to detect and recognize a face as the same person over the years. From their first year as a student to their time as an alumni, our facial structures remain similar, and face recognition can track and continue to identify that. This makes it simple to find images of individuals throughout their educational journey, whether as a young student or as a proud graduate. And our last example of the day is centered around nonprofits. We've seen how historical nonprofits can upload thousands of past pictures, and they have the intention of tagging each one so that there's information on each image. That would be a laborious task, but with face recognition, they can automatically detect and recognize faces across the different times, cataloging them in an organized manner within the People dashboard. All they have to do now is to name the person's People dashboard card, and they're all done. In this case, it's not just about organization, it's about efficiency and consistency. The process of tagging and organizing images is now streamlined for them, saving significant time and effort and ensuring a uniform tagging approach across all images. Now they can even add details such as their date of birth or even birthplace. So that is all for our brief introduction to face recognition today. We'll be answering a few questions now, but before we do that, a poll is going to appear on your screen. Please fill it out for us and we'll dive into a couple questions. All right, the first question that I see is, how accurate is face recognition?
All right, let me answer that. I think it's pretty accurate. Our engineers have done a lot of work and they've been working on adjusting the processes that we use for recognizing and grouping people before these are all displayed in the People dashboard. So once we see these results, we are pretty confident that they are good results. As Dynamic was saying, some of our customers have historical photos in there, and we have seen recognition from childhood to adulthood. So not only can you see now all the images of somebody across categories, but also across their life. So yeah, it's pretty accurate. Surely, as with any AI product, 100% accuracy is probably not obtainable, but we're definitely striving for it.
Perfect. A question that we have here around security. So what type of data does face recognition store? So we have partnered with Microsoft. We work with Microsoft on this. So a lot of the data that is stored through Microsoft Azure, which, as we work with them, has high security standards, strict privacy and security guidelines as well. So that's where the data is stored. Let's see here. Does face recognition pick up faces if they are not directly facing the front?
Let me take this question. It does. It can do it. It all depends on whether you have a good person model for the person, whose photograph you are trying to recognize. So we've seen also high recognition rates with action photos, sports players during a game, and it recognizes them. But we need a good person model. Of course, if that face is really completely to the side or is obstructed in any major way, it will not be able to recognize it, but I think I also couldn't recognize it.
All right. Can you apply two names such as an actor name and a character name? So you can put two names. You can put it in the same line where it says enter name. You can do like the actor name first and then hyphen and then the character name. So that would be a good way to have both names. Let's see. Can multiple people / faces be tagged to a single group photo? So the answer is yes. If there is an image with multiple people, multiple faces will be detected in that. And then when you search for one person in that image, that group photo will appear as well. Let's see. Is face recognition available right now? Yes, it is available right now. It is an add-on, so you would need to contact your customer success manager to work out the details on that, but it is available at the moment. Liliana, this is an interesting one. Is face recognition only applicable to human faces looking to tag our mascot?
It is only applicable to human faces. There could be some edge cases I have seen when we were doing extensive testing where a drawing of a human face was detected, but no, it's supposed to be only people.
Does the system require a single reference, or will it automatically start looking for faces in photos? So in terms of the reference and what Liliana was talking about in terms of the person model, it takes in multiple factors. So we need to first create the person model within your library. And then from then on, it will start tagging photos that come into the library after that.
Let me also just add one thing dynamic. In this case, if the high quality images of the relevant people in your organization are already in your DAM, our system is gonna be able to create this person model. Now, if you're new to the DAM, it's best practice to do all those uploads, make sure that these images are showing in the people dashboard, and then you are sure who is recognized, and then the future uploads are going to be tagged. But it works both ways. We've made it so that current customers can turn on face recognition with the data that they already have in their DAM.
Perfect. Can people that don't have permissions to edit the results have access to use the visual search? So yes, they can have access to the people dashboard, but not necessarily the ability to change the results.
Actually, sorry, they will have access to the global search that we showed. And we're working on an optimization that's not released just yet, in which we're gonna make the people dashboard available to everybody without editing permissions. However, right now the people dashboard is only available for library administrators and admins and through face permissions. But yeah, we're working on that optimization because we think everybody is gonna want to click on the faces to find the image.
Yeah. Are there any file type restrictions on this? For example, Photoshop, videos. So I'll chime in first on this. So with images, it works really well. So your PNGs, JPEGs, all that kind of stuff. With videos, it's a different technology. We have our AVI platform for that, which searches within your video and then finds the different faces. But they're not connected at the moment. We're working on an optimization for that as well. Liliana, do you know about Photoshop documents or Illustrator documents?
We're not processing. We're only processing images in this case. Photoshop and all of the types that have layers to them that are editable, we're not processing them. This is something that's not optimal because there could be, as I say, layers to them. So not at the moment.
And then is there an asset limit for the amount of files that can be scanned through this dashboard?
No, your entire library can be scanned. We have processed, I think, libraries with more than 2 million assets. So it can take a little while to get through, get to the assets through our technology, but yeah, it can be done.
Right. What else do we have here? I'm seeing a couple of questions more on add-on and will show up on the platform. Once again, this is an add-on feature. So you will need to speak with your customer success manager about that. Let's see. Ian, do you see any other questions right now? Oh, So once you enable face recognition, does it review all images currently in your DAM? How long might that process take?
Do you want to answer? I can I can answer that.
Go ahead.
It does review. It basically processes all the images in your DAM. That's when the person model is created, the recognition process takes place. It does take some time. So it's not a feature that we can turn on for any library in one day. We have calculated some estimations to say, okay, you can have this feature in 1 week or in 3 days, depending on your library size. So it does take a little bit of time, but yeah.
Does face recognition also use the internet to learn faces, or does it rely on manual typing from users? So face recognition does not use the internet. It's completely local within your organization. It does not recognize famous faces. So if you have movie posters or something like that, it won't recognize the actors in it. But this is a simple go in there, type it in, and it's reliable in that sense.
Yeah, and if you don't mind, I would like to add something. I think it's important to understand that what we're doing here is making something that you were already doing, making it easy for you. You were already coming in the DAM and tagging somebody in 1,000 images. What we're doing is use this technology to group these images for you so that you can tag them once and you can easily search and find for, these images. This is not a database to come and find somebody you're looking for, or like we're not using any other data other than the photos that were already in your DAM. And this data is also not, shared across DAMs or anything like that. So where we're automating a process for you, it has nothing to do with facial recognition or anything that falls outside of those boundaries.
If you have names as an attribute, can the attribute be used to add the name instead of having to type out the name? I believe you still have to type out the name in the people dashboard in the unidentified tab for it to be searchable in the future. But if it already is an attribute, then it can be searched quite easily, and the faces will be tagged. So it's a very simple process in that sense. If there are people within the organization who do not want their images used, can that be marked in the people section? So yes, just like as we mentioned earlier with having two names, possibly, you can also in the name just write like do not use or like non-consented type of thing. That way we can easily identify who does not want their images used, and it's an easy way to do that. See. Non-admin users won't be able to see the people dashboard, but if they search a person's name who has their face tagged, will they still see those results? Yes. Ian, do you see anything else in the Q&A that we have not answered yet? Is this a separate AI module from face recognition? So this is the face recognition that we're adding onto our website at the moment. But yeah, it's a fairly new feature within MediaValet, and we're excited about it. In the event that there are similar faces but different people, will the system learn the difference, or would we regularly have to review the tags? So what we've seen within our tests, beta, and even internally is that face recognition is pretty accurate in terms of deciphering similar faces. Where it has a little trouble with is with twins, because they look almost identical. So that would be quite accurate in that sense, where it's similar faces. Like if it's calculating different aspects of your facial structure and calculating off of that. So if it's just two people with a beard per se, then it should be pretty accurate in terms of deciphering the two. Can you associate two names with the same face? As mentioned earlier, you can just first name hyphen, second name, and then that will make it easier to do that.
If they were two separate names, then we don't have like two inputs to have two different names. You can, however, add date of birth, date of death. So you can add like a historical reference to somebody, and it will actually have enough space for all of that information.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. I think we answered everything. Let me just double checking here.
I just opened the link that was given here. It took us to our website. We're actually still adding. We actually have a new website coming up, and we're gonna add the face recognition section to that website shortly. That artificial intelligence digital asset management page doesn't actually have this feature on it yet.
Mm-hmm. If it incorrectly matches a face to the reference face, is there a way to correct it?
At the moment, there is no way to correct it. That is a optimization we're also working towards, in which if you did notice that somebody got the wrong name, talk to them in the case of sisters or something like that, you'll be able to say, hey, this is not this person, this is someone else, and then add the right tag to that. That's coming up, but we don't have it available now, but definitely in the works.
Perfect. Can you change the name if someone changes their own name? Yeah, very simple process, as Liliana showed in the demo. You just click, it's a little pencil icon next to their name, and you just edit it from there. Once it is enabled, how does it impact the upload process? Will it just happen in the background? It does not impact anything with your upload process. In fact, you are correct. It just happens in the background.